Hello guys, welcome to By the Way It's Cloud. So in today's session we'll be discussing about configuring replica sets in MongoDB. Well, it's a very common thing that you have heard about configuring replica sets. So replica sets are the group of MongoDB servers that maintains the same dataset. Apart from maintaining the same dataset, it helps in ensuring high availability using automatic failover. Well, for today's session, we'll be taking three MongoDB servers, and let me tell you what will be the architecture of the three. So the three MongoDB servers will be in replication mode. So there will be one primary and other one will be acting as secondary servers. So we are taking one application server. It can be any application server. The most important thing that takes place in any replica set architecture is that the write operations will be taking place only with the primary, while the read operations can take place from all the three, that is from the primary or both the secondary. And the replication process will be going on throughout the working of the replica sets in both the secondary from the primary server. Before starting the tutorial, let me show you the setup. So I am in this AWS console. I am using three MongoDB servers. I have already installed MongoDB in it. Let me open all these three servers in MobaXterm. Since I am on Windows machine, that's why I am using MobaXterm. You can use terminal if you are using some Linux distribution. So this is the first server, this is the second, and this one is the third. So for configuring replica sets, we'll be following three steps. In the first step, we'll be stopping MongoDB servers in all the three servers. Sudo service mongod stop. Okay, then let's go to the second server. Sudo service mongod stop. Also for the third server, sudo service mongod. You must be aware that the configuration file of MongoDB server is found in the etc directory. Let's open that mongod.conf sudo nano /etc mongod.conf. So the second step will be we'll be making two changes in this configuration file. We need to make sure this network portion here, the port enabled should be 27017. It is used by MongoD. MongoD is actually a background process that takes care of all the data requests taking place in the cluster. Second, this bind IP should be set to 0.0.0.0. Then we'll be going to enable replication. So here we'll be enabling replication. We'll be declaring the replica set name here, REPLSETNAME. We need to make sure the replica set name should be spelled in this way only. Then in quotes, we need to define the replica set name. We can take any name. I am taking RS1. That's it for this file. Let's save it. Now we'll go to the next server and do the same. Sudo nano /etc. We'll first make sure in the network section the port 27017 should be enabled. Second, the bind IP should be set to 0.0.0.0. The next thing is we need to enable replication. Okay, we have enabled replication. Then we'll be giving the replica set name SET capital NAME. We'll be giving the same replica name that we used in the MongoDB1 server. Just save the file. We'll go to the third server. Just open that mongod.conf /etc mongod.conf. Okay, in the network block, change this bind IP to 0.0.0.0.0.0 and then enable replication. Just give the replica set name. We should make sure the replica set name that we are giving should be the same in all the three servers. Apart from this, in this configuration file, we can also set the DB path, that's the storage path. Here by default it's /var/lib/mongodb, and we can also set the log path, that is /var/log mongodb mongod.log. Well, that's the default path. We can configure it as per our requirement. Just save the file. Now let's start all the three servers. Sudo service mongod start here as well. Sudo service mongod start. In the first server also sudo service mongod start. So now all the MongoDB servers has been restarted. Now we'll initiate replication on any of these servers. Let's take this first server. Let's open the Mongo shell. We'll be initiating the replica set rs.initiate. Okay, so here we need to add the IPs of the two MongoDB servers. We'll pick the internal IP from here. Let's take the private IP of this MongoDB2. Let's paste it. So it has been added. Now add the third one. In the codes, we need to enter the IP of the MongoDB third. Let's copy it. This one is also being added now. Let's check the status. So we can see here, like this server on which we have opened the shell has a ID 0. The second server has an ID of 1 and it is acting now as secondary, while the third server has ID of 2 and is also acting as secondary. Okay, let's check this here. We'll do Mongo. The shell has been opened and it is looking as secondary. Now open the shell here also. It is also working as secondary. Since we have set up this replication, now we need to verify this. For verification, we need to cover two use cases. The first one is we'll be creating a database and a collection inside it with some value. Then we'll be going to the other two servers and we'll check whether the database is available there or not. In the second scenario, we'll be shutting down the primary MongoDB server and we'll check the rest of the two who is taking the charge of primary. Okay, so we are now in the primary MongoDB server. Let's see what other DB is available. So these are the default DBs. So we'll be creating one DB, that's test DB. So we'll be creating one collection inside this test DB dot test collection dot insert. So we are entering a field. Let's take the field name as name. Let's take the name as Tom. So one thing has been added to this collection. Okay, now we'll go to the next two servers, the MongoDB servers, and we'll check whether those DBs are available or not. So we are in the second MongoDB. Before checking all other things, we need to first enable, like the secondary should read from the primary by doing rs.slave. Okay, it's done. Now we'll check what are the DBs available. So here we can see the test DB. We'll switch to this DB. We'll see the collections. So the test collection is here. Then we'll check what is the value inside this test collection. Okay, dot find. So we can easily find in the name field we have a value Tom. Okay, we'll also check this in this third server as well. Just do rs.slave okay as a one-time activity to allow this secondary to read from the primary server. Now we'll check the DBs. Test DB is available. We'll switch to this DB. We'll check the collections, show collections. So we have this test collection db.test collection dot find. So we have the required value Tom. Okay, so this first verification has been successfully done. Now we'll go move on to the second verification, where we'll be shutting this primary server. Let's come out of this shell. We'll stop the MongoDB service, sudo service mongodb stop. Now we'll come out of this shell as well, this also. Now we'll open the shell again. You can check this is secondary only. We'll check in this server, the second one. So we can see this server has taken the role of primary by internal booting between the MongoDB 2 and the MongoDB 3. Let's start this server again, sudo service mongodb start. Okay, this has been started. Let's see, it should be secondary. Yeah, it's secondary. Now in this scenario, what we'll do, like we'll be stopping this server now, the primary, sudo service mongodb stop. So it has been stopped. Now we'll move out of this shell. We'll check what's the status. It's still secondary. We'll move out of this shell of first one. Let's open the shell. So it has again taken the role of primary. So we have also verified the scenario 2. So we can easily see the failover condition is working. When one server is getting down, the other, any of the two server by abort is taking the position of primary server. I hope this video has been informative to you. Please subscribe my channel to remain updated with the latest trending videos. Thank you.